Right. So, the first one of the group of interests of tonight is the Commission of Unusual Cargo. Well, if I can do anal probing, I can do vaginal probing. Yeah, you can see bits come out from behind Daryl when you do the bits thing.
Look, be careful. If you give too many bits, you might wake Daryl up. Daryl might be grumpy if you wake him up. Oh no. Daryl has arisen.
Yeah. I can also toggle it. I'll do it for games, but like he'll basically move. Like walk around.
Oh.
Weird.
Yeah. But anyways. The Commission of Unusual Cargo. One of a number of persecutors precursors fuck.
Precursors. How did you you start by saying persecutors, then what was the second one? Prosecutors?
You know what? It's okay to make those mistakes because it was established by the East India Company in 1623.
Yeah, that's fine. This is, yeah. Since today, yeah, for the purpose of containing and protecting its more peculiar cargo, it existed in this form until 1649, the year in which the group disappeared along with all its assets, in response and demand from the East India Company, which I believe was a really fucked up company. That was that
Yes.
they utilized
It was like
huh?
it
The
was a
East India
core.
Company was one of the companies that dealt with slave labor.
It was
Selling people, kidnapping people to sell as slaves.
one of the it was one of the core companies at the forefront of a lot of early colonialism.
Yeah, I couldn't remember. I knew they did some really fucked up shit. I just couldn't remember what it was. Okay, good.
Here at the East India Company, we trade in spices and people.
God. That they utilized the unusual cargo they had stockpiled to gain a military advantage against several large bands of privateers. Subsequently operating in secret, the Commission continued to collect objects and entities until its merger with the Foundation in 1917. Sorry. A number of these anomalous items were transferred into the Foundation's possession, along with cargo manifests describing the properties of and procedures for the safe storage of this cargo. This vast record of anomalous history is still being reviewed and digested by Foundation archivists.
Digitized.
Oh, digitized. Got it.
Digested.
They're not eating the records.
For as long as it was active, the commission was headed by a merchant officer, the Right Honorable. How the fuck you say his first name?
Othaniel.
Oh. Othaniel Trowler. It is unclear if this was a single, anomalously long-lived individual, or a series of multiple people using the same name. As the commissioner of the organization, he was overseen and advised by an 8-member board of regents, and commanded a large staff of wardens, curators, and other operatives. So here's the thing, they're probably already fucked because of the previous company they helped with.
Yeah.
Here's the one thing I like about the GOI field guide, because they give the best SCPs to go with GOI, which is very useful. I'm not gonna say anything, Jerry.
What?
Jerry's message on Twitch.
So?
We're gonna move on from that.
Anyways, which one which
Why
one
don't
should
we
be
look
done
at the
first?
commission hierarchy? What is that?
Commissioner hire what?
Yeah, you know when you click commission of the unusual cargo and it shows before the foundation, GOI purpose, and the commission hierarchy.
Oh, this actually might be better than looking at SCPs. This will probably give a much better in-depth information about them.
In death?
In-depth. I can't talk. Fuck you.
Othaniel Trower, Commissioner. The Right Honorable Sir Othaniel David Richard Tower. That sounds like a jackass's name.
He looks like a jackass.
Yeah, he does. Was, at the time of the commission merging into the Foundation in 1917, the leader of the Commission of Unusual Cargo. The cause of his unusually long lifespan has not been determined. One prevailing theory is the name of Othaniel Trower has such significant influence over the operations of the East India Company that each commissioner since the original Trower has adopted the name as an alias. No, I think he's just an ancient asshole. The painting at the night dated 1705 purports to be of Trower, but this has not been conclusively proven. The commissioner was the executive of Board of Regents under whose seal and signature of the commission performed its duties. The commissioner managed the day-to-day operation of the commission and provided leadership and guidance. The commissioner served at the pleasure of the Board of Regents, but so as far as regards of records indicate was never removed from his position by them. You know, we haven't heard the things they've done so far, but I feel like this is probably not going to be a good group.
Yeah.
We were made by the company that really loved slavery. We sound as British as them. This is not a red flag.
British.
The Board of Regents. The Board of Regents was comprised of the Commissioner and 8 regents. To be a regent was a lifetime appointment made by secret ballot of the remaining regents in the event of a vacancy. Regents acted as an oversight committee, as appeals committee, an ethics committee, financial trustees all at once. Man, this is so fucking British! The requirement to be eligible for the regency was a person of great sense of right and wrong, in whom great trust may be reposed to uphold standards of conduct for the treatment of unusual cargo, and whose expertise in the field has been proven through the acts of loyalty. That does not give me faith in them. All members of the Board of Regents, including the Commissioner, were styled Right Honorable. I have no faith in them. Wardens. In the time of the Commission, the use of anomalous objects in order to secure and contain other anomalous objects was far more common than it is today. However, it became necessary to only allow highly skilled and trained individuals to be allowed to utilize the cargo in such a fashion as they created a title of esteem called the Regent's Ward. Those who were granted this exceedingly rare privilege, called wardens, were respected and feared by their peers. If a warden was sent in to aid the commission's duties, it was a sign that other avenues of containment had been tried and failed, or that the consequences of failure were too great.
Right, please scroll down.
Oh, sorry.
Also of note was an edict issued in 1734 that no one person could serve as a regent of the commission if they were previously a regent's ward. The reason for and individually were styled the Honorable. This is so British, and I have no faith in them. I'm sorry I keep saying that, but it just gets more British. I mean, from 1 to 10, how British does this feel?
I have no measure of how this feels at all British.
Well, think of this. How the British used to have things run in the country is they'd have one person at the top, which used to be the royalty. Then they'd have a group of people that basically lessened the king's power enough that things could actually be reasonable.
Well,
if
yeah,
those people were not corrupted.
Yeah, the parliamentary system, but that was used in multiple places, wasn't it?
Well, typically when kings existed, it was less of that and more like a king and then a group of people that would speak to the king and suggest things. These people had actual power.
Yeah.
Anyway. Curators. Each piece of unusual cargo had a manifest describing it in detail. Each object would have a single person who took responsibility for the cargo's security and safekeeping. That person was called a curator, the persecutor of the modern HMCL. I have no idea what HCML is. There's responsibility.
You also said persecutor
HMCL.
instead of precursor.
Are you kidding me?
You said persecutor instead of precursor.
Wait, what? Where? Oh, precursor. Sorry,
Yeah,
my dyslexia kicked in.
Fair enough.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah. I'm like Bright, I have dyslexia. Sometimes I read something, and sometimes it's similar to the word, sometimes it's not anything like the word, sometimes it's the actual word. We find out together.
Yeah, and I'm just stupid, that's why I mess up.
That pisses me off more. And I don't know why. Okay, the responsibility of the curator would vary, but in general, their job was to maintain the documentation and day-to-day oversight of the cargo in their care. They were considered to be the subject matter expert on that cargo, and commission agents received orders from a curator, commission agents receiving orders from a curator were obligated to follow them regardless of rank. Leave it to British to overcomplicate shit. A notable power of a curator was the principle of Noel me Tangiri. I am positive I'm not pronouncing that right. I don't know what the fuck. A biblical phrase which translates to "do not touch me."
So the curator is a germaphobe.
In the event that a curator's superior was putting the security of a piece of cargo at risk, they could invoke the principle overriding the decision. This principle notably extended even to the Board of Regents, who could only override it with an anonymous vote. Agents of the Commission. The remaining members of the Commission served in many capacities. Some of the Commission titles included merchants who procured new unusual cargo through financial means or otherwise. Suspicious. Stewards, directors of group of Commission agents at Commission facilities such as LR below, or large ports of operation. Yardsmen, not officially members of the Commission, but who performed specialized tasks for them under their banner of contract. So fucking fishy.
Yeah. This actually has probably by far the most information we've seen with any of the groups of interest. Oh, wait. We should probably see the GOI purpose. That point to them better.
Okay. The GOI purpose. The concept is simple. SCPs in the 17th and through 19th centuries before the Foundation. The goals of this GOI include dealing with politics of being bankrolled by the East Indian Company, handling and containing anomalous objects that would be much easier to contain in modern times, but in the 17th century require clever solutions. The search of the lost headquarters of the Commission by modern Foundation researchers, uncovering the mysterious people employed at the top of the Commission, what happened to them, and why they left evidence of their existence to be found by future generations. Putting some established SCPs in a new light in a new era. Giving an opportunity for increased inclusion of pirates? There, I said it. Now you know the real reason. I want sword fights and pirates and cannons, a vasty scurvy dogs. Oh, I'm sorry, got off on a tangent there. Exploring how and why the SCP Foundation does some of the things it does today and the way it does, including early experiments with containment, amnestics, and other things that modern Foundation agents take for granted.
Oh, wait, is this group just investigating the SCP Foundation?
No.
This is pre-Foundation.
Oh, pre-Foundation. Wait, so this is just pre-Foundation.
It's a different group. Technically, they say that the Foundation absorbed it, but they don't actually know where the headquarters are. They don't know what happened to the leaders at all. They're just absorbing the bits that they find of it. So it's still its own group. They're saying it's absorbed, but I call bullshit.
I mean,
do
we have reason to distrust the official articles saying that it's largely been absorbed?
Well, the same article also said they don't know where the headquarters are and they don't know where the leaders are.
Well, yeah, but if it's absorbed at this point.
Right.
They also say they keep finding things from it. So I don't really believe it's absorbed.
So should we see an SCP, or should we put it along with the, SCP Foundation on the tier list?
I'd say we can probably tier list it on it now.
Let's see the format. A theme may be found here. Formats of manifest can take many forms.
I think this is just writing on how to write with the group of interest. I think this is just helping. If you want to write an SCP or something like that.
Nave de Commerce, a commissioned sailing vessel whose sole purpose was to hold anomalous objects. Lieu de rendezvous, these meeting places exist on land near small ports.
What?
Libre circulation. Some cargo would have difficulty being contained, which was not deemed okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah, so do we put it right next to the Foundation? Wait.
Well,
wait, the Foundation's gone.
Did you not save it or something?
I did save it. I think it just got deleted.
Well,
Add
place
the
it back where it
Foundation back
was.
in. We put it in true neutral, I think.
Yeah.
Hold on, I
gotta.
Or was it true neutral or lawful neutral?
I think it was lawful neutral.
Yeah, lawful neutral. But
Right, yeah.
I think I'd put this in true neutral.
Why don't we look at one of the SCPs? Although I don't know which one to click.
I mean, what new information are we gonna find?
Oh my gosh, I didn't know it did that. Oh my gosh, look at Daryl.
I wasn't looking.
I didn't know it did that.
Oh.
I didn't know it did that. Oh my god.
Daryl got a ball.
Oh my gosh.
That is adorable.
Also, you commissioned it. How the fuck did you not know it could do that?
Oh, I didn't commission it. It's a DLC and part of the desktop pals thing that released on Steam.
Oh.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Huh.
Anyway, we've kind of vaguely heard about it, like in multiple ways and how it functions, but we haven't heard shit about what they've done.
Alright. Well, there's 3 SCPs that the group of interest field guy recommends, which is Manifest 803, 4461, and 5332. I'm kind of more interested on Manifest 803.
Okay.
Unless
Well, I'd
this is...
imagine that's probably just a document listing things that they had in their
That's
possession.
literally just things they had in their instruction. And also them drinking.
Oh. Yeah, this is just... Also apparently has a poem at the end.
About drinking.
Yeah. Alright then, I guess 4461 or 5332. Which one?
Which one comes first numerically?
4461. Oh.
What?
By order of Overseer Council, if you're saying this document, please immediately report to the person listed at the top of the Foundation personnel list 8288-A. Oh, it's a Keter.
Oh.
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 Okay, so at some point a bunch of stuff got deleted, but I didn't do it, I promise.
Oh, God, so this is a long one. Look at all them addendums.
Yeah. It looks kind of like an ancient baseball.
I say we check
Let's
out
skip
the other one.
the containment procedure and go to the description.
I was gonna say, let's just check out the other one first.
Oh, okay.
With how massive this thing is.
5332. This one's safe. Disruption class dark. And this is really short.
Yeah. Okay, I'll read it.
Alright.
Let's see.
Oh.
SCP-5...
Oh, sorry.
What?
This is also another group of interest that's a very long name. I'm so sorry, Hatchet.
Oh, great. Item number SCP-5332, containment class safe, level, O2/restricted, disruption class dark. Special containment procedures. SCP-5332 is to be contained in sight due to its current effect on the local marine wildlife. In sight? In situ? Whatever. Local marine wildlife. The shift containing SCP-5332 is to have underwater cameras installed in order to monitor 533-2's status. If any divers are spotted near the wreck, STF RHO-7 greeting party are to amnestize the individual and bring them back to shore.
Hey, Hatchet. In case if you're wondering how to say RHO, it's Ro. That's how it's pronounced.
Oh, bro. Okay. Description. 5332 designates the bones and most notably the horn of a great whale subspecies. These bones, when powdered, have mild amnestic and medical properties. As such, they were hypothesized to be used as rare, primitive amnestics for groups such as Commission of Unusual Cargo And oh my god, His/Her Majesty's Foundation for the Secure Containment of the Paranormal.
I told you it was long.
Well, if I felt a group sounded British, I guess they sound more British.
Yeah, no,
God
that one is aggressively British.
Yeah.
They're both aggressively British, but one is more aggressively British.
Okay. 5332 was found following investigation into the migration patterns of Greenland-based blue whales. When following a pod of whales, a diver discovered an old 17th century boat that the blue whales used as a resting point. Upon further inspection, they discovered the bones of an abnormally large blue whale with an estimated length of around 30 meters that the other whales had been clustered around. Over the following few hours, the diver noticed many other marine species visiting the site of the bones, almost seeming to pay their respects to the creature. Following an exploration of the ship's interior, the diver recovered an old document pertaining to an organization called the Commission of Unusual Cargo. After returning home, the diver posted the contents of these letter onto his blog. I'm guessing this letter onto his blog, which was picked up by a Foundation web crawler. All involved parties were amnesticized following this event. The letter discovered by the diver has been attached below. The Honorable East Empire Company, Manifest Detail number C-172852. Date the 17th of June, 1627. Vessel, the gallant ship Kingfisher. Storage, the cargo to be stowed in the hold in a large standard crate with a sheepskin padded interior and secured to the floor hole by rope. Unauthorized access to the hold is to be noted and punished upon return to land. Description: 12 bones of a great horned blue whale. The horned blue whale appears to be a monarch of the whales, thus its bones hold great value for any scientifically inclined gentleman, able to alleviate any common ailment with ease. These bones, when undamaged, are expected to invite a large price at auction, therefore the utmost care must be taken to preserve them. Scribbled note in the margin: don't fuck this up or Mr. Tower will have your guts for garters, lad. Was the term fuck used back then?
Yes.
Maybe.
I did not know that.
I could try to look up when people started saying fuck in history.
You can do that.
Mhm.
Addendum 1. Upon investigation by Special Task Force Row 7, the reason that the Kingfisher sunk was found to be due to a large gash in the side of the boat, as well as numerous buckled side planks, suggesting a large mass had hit the ship. It appears that a long, sharp object had speared the ship during its return to port, causing it to rapidly sink. Further investigation is ongoing.
God damn.
Also, apparently people have been using fuck as a slang since 1475.
Huh.
Huh.
Interesting.
Neat. So basically, the Commission Unusual Cargo did whaling.
Yes, he whaled whales that do not exist anymore, even in the SCP universe. I do not feel like we can put this in neutral area.
Yeah.
We cannot put this group in neutral.
They're basically just the SCP Foundation before the SCP Foundation existed.
Well, I just think that because if they dealt with whaling, what else did they deal in?
I mean,
And
they were
more
commissioned.
educated than the
How?
regular person, so they had to know the whales would eventually stop existing.
We don't have much reason to believe that they're directly involved with whaling.
Oh.
They have the bones of a whale in their
Ah.
cargo, specifically because said bones are anomalous. That doesn't mean that they were whaling the whales.
That's fair. I'm
I
sorry
guess it
for
was
jumping
probably.
to conclusions.
Yeah, same. I guess it might have been East India Company then.
Yeah. And like I feel like uh I feel like a true neutral would be appropriate here.
Alright.
Because as an organization, I think from the sounds of it, they are largely like the only reason they have anything to do with the East Empire Company is because that's where they source the funds to do what they do.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Right, that's the standard SCP Foundation. We put that in lawful neutral.
Yeah, I know you can barely see it, but I just put it in there.
Yeah, the SCP Foundation is in lawful neutral.
Oh, lawful neutral. Oh, right, sorry.
Yeah.